Okay, so the Stream Awards happened about like 12 days ago, and there are a couple things that happened at the award that caused drama. There are 3 incidents that happened after the event because of who won. You had FaZe versus Grace Van Dien, you had who should have won Speedrunning, and who should have won Rising Streamer. Some of you won. So, just like every year, when someone's favorite streamer doesn't win, people call the entire thing rigged. And I mean, I feel like at a certain extent, it kind of is, just like everything that involves votes. But you also have to remember that at the core of the entire event, the thing is a popularity contest, and most likely, whoever has the most following is the most likely to win. People say that this event is just Cutie Cinderella giving all her friends awards, but you also have to remember that most of her friends are the most popular streamers in North America, so it makes sense on why they would win. People at the top will be friends with and associate with other people at the top. Now, let's get into the controversy. The first one is FaZe vs Grace. So, she was announcing the award for Best FPS Shooter, and she made a joke saying that she was bronze, which is why she was really never accepted into FaZe. That's okay, she wasn't a Trumpy anyway, while staring directly at the FaZe crew. Nobody laughed at her joke. The only bit of noise that the audience gave was that 2 to 3 people said yeah to when she said she was never accepted. Other than that, no one said anything else.
As I am hard stuck bronze in every game that I play. That's why I was never accepted into FaZe, right guys? Yeah. That's okay, I'm not a Trumpy anyway.
And I mean, with all the awards that, she could have gave out, I feel like this is probably the second worst award for her to give out. The first being Best Org, because, FaZe won Best Org. FaZe, back in the day, was known for their FPS shooters. So I feel like they could have planned it to where she could have given out any other award. But I'm guessing that Cutie Cinderella wasn't planning for her to say that joke. Because on their podcast, this is what they had to say about the entire situation.
She went on stage and she threw a punch at FaZe, and that was it. She did not tell me she was going to do that. And I thought that's where it was going to end. I was like, all right, she got her piece.
I locked eyes with you when that happened, and I was like,
you saw my face.
We're
Yeah.
both like,
It's just like, it's so hard because Streamer Awards, genuinely, my intent is to get everyone together to stop that. So it's a little frustrating when the opposite thing is happening live. And I'm just like, why? But Grace has also apologized to me, which she didn't have to do. The next day, Grace tweets and she's like, all those FaZe boys think they're so tough.
They have micro penises.
Banks hops in. He takes it way too far.
I have
Disgusting
not heard
things.
the term slam pig
in years
since I was 17 years old.
FaZe is at a great rebrand overall. You're doing a cheap shot, and it's not just against Grace. You're just telling everybody that like, this is how you value women. I hate to be the one friend who's too woke about shit like this, but
it just went too far.
So after the awards, she goes on Twitter and says that the FaZe guys are so brave, but just stared and whispered whenever they saw me last night, micro energy. Banks responded with saying that you're a slam pig, nobody's afraid of your baby voice or your 80-pound emo boyfriend. Stop clinging to our stuff. Nobody knows you, nobody cares about you. You try to force your way into our face. You're a cornball, none of us wanted you, and you're so mad. Slam pig is a term that I had to Urban Dictionary because I hadn't heard anyone use this term and I was just confused. And I swear, this is the same thing that happened last year too. She said get wrecked as a joke and that turned into the whole tirade against her. She then said that they offered me $250,000 to stay in FaZe and to stay at the table. I said no, and you got the keys because of it. You're welcome. She also said that rage bait is so easy with incels. And when a guy gets mad heated when you joke about their wee-wee size. And then Banks said, don't let the victim narrative spiral too crazy. She quite literally asked for this. And I mean, she kind of did when she made the joke. She opened up old wounds that happened last year, May. The only person who would have been, there during that incident would have been Banks. Everyone else at that table has nothing to do with her. Because the person who did the most with her was Rain, but Rain was never there. Nobody cared about the joke. And then she decided to take it on Twitter. And nobody cared about it then. And because of everything, people started going after her, which then caused her to deactivate her entire Twitter account. But some people are mad at Banks because they feel like, he took it, a bit too far. The next controversy is who should have won the Speedrunning Award. Squeaks won the Speedrunning Award, but people said that Suiji should have won it. The main game that people speedrun on Twitch is Mario 64. And this guy Suiji is #1 in all 5 categories of Mario 64 speedrunning. Which means that every person who is speedrunning Mario 64 is just trying to beat any of his records. 3 of his 5 records haven't been beaten in over a year. Which does not mean he is the best speedrunner, but it was Squeaks who won the award. So a lot of people took to Twitter saying that, Suiji was robbed, this and that. And the tweet that the award show gave Squeaks is that he may not be the fastest, but he is number one in our hearts. And people are questioning it, saying that shouldn't the speedrunning award go to the person who was the fastest though? So then, Squeaks made a joke tweet saying, oh yeah, I won the award. That means I'm the best speedrunner. He's saying this as a joke because that's what he does at the award ceremony. He just jokes about the thing. But some people took it seriously. The streamer speedrunning award description says as follows. The streamer that creates the best content while speedrunning a game. So people are thinking that he won based on the content side of things and not the actual speedrunning aspect. Since if the thing was just completely speedrunning, Suiji would have won. A lot of people are basing it off of the fact that Squeaks is almost 5 times larger than Suiji, which is the reason why he won. Squeaks made his own video talking about the entire situation called My Thoughts on the Speedrunning Award and Streamer Awards. In it, he talks about how he was voting and hoping for Suiji to win because, he was 5 for 5 as number 1. And during Squeaks' acceptance speech, he praised Suiji for his accomplishments.
So shout out to the guys at home and shout out to Green Suiji. Can we get a round of applause? Who got every single SM64 speedrunning category. And so like, I wanted to be respectful. I didn't want to like delegitimize the show or be a, spit in the face of people who voted for me by making like some stupid joke. But I was, in all honesty, I was really appreciative that people voted for me and thought for me. Do I think I deserve it as much as Suiji? No, of course not. But honored nonetheless. So you can tell I was pretty divided.
He talks about the tweets that people made on Twitter saying he only won because of popularity. And he talks about the Streamer Awards saying that everyone in the past who won the speedrunning award is always met with some sort of criticism. And now it's happening to him. Which is why this is the one award you kind of don't want to win. Whenever people win this award, people in the speedrunning community question if that person deserves the speedrunning award. Because it seems like as some speedrunners go in for more of a content side of things, people in the speedrunning community view those people as becoming less of a speedrunner. But at the end of the day, they're still a speedrunner. So, in the comments of Squeaks' video, you had 2 of the 3 nominees of the speedrunning award category have this to say about the situation. This is what Suiji had to say. Hey, once again, I appreciate you highlighting me and our community, and I'm proud to see how far you've come, since I followed your streams around since you started playing 4 years ago. I want to apologize for the hate that was sent your way. It's very disappointing to see this behavior from people time and time again. This response isn't really surprising to me. It's reasonable to be disappointed, but what a lot of speedrunners don't know or have trouble accepting is that most are reasonable at this, is that the speedrunning grind alone is not an entertaining form of media. It's the person behind the camera who's in control of that. And you and many others are a very great showcase of that. Your ability to entertain was amazing to watch when I first tapped in, and I've only gotten better. You're the funniest streamer that I have watched. And outside of speedrunning, it seems like you can make almost anything engaging and fun to watch. I'm not saying that just to be humble, respectful, or anything like that. I'm saying it because it's true. Of course, anyone is free to be disappointed or disagree, but saying you don't deserve this award is just simply just wrong. A lot of runners wish the grind got more attention, and I think they get a little jealous to see a less serious, more fun, and silly and entertainment-focused, but equally valid form of speedrunning content to be more successful. But if they were just honest with themselves, they would see that who is putting in more effort into entertaining a mass audience versus who's interested in a high-level speedrunning, which is a much smaller audience. They are getting success because of what they do is just a more engaging form of content. Even as a speedrunner, if I wasn't talking about someone who's deep in a good run, or just one of my friends that I want to see have a personal best, I don't watch speedrunning much at all. And I'm sure many people have the same relationship with my stream, which is why you won. And I didn't only in the past 6 months have put in a good effort to try to make things more funny or talkative. But in my comparison to you, or even other, I'm just not there yet. And because of that, I prioritize streaming content less than what they do. It's draining to do both and impossible to exceed at both. These speedrunners make speedrunning so much bigger than it already is, keeping the community alive, and they're able to capture the attention of so many people that end up becoming runners themselves when they would have never clicked on a world record attempt. Runners that may not be grinding at the top level may just be doing one runs every once in a while, trying all sorts of different meme categories or games and runs until they're satisfied, and that's fine. We don't call someone a fake pianist because they don't put all their efforts into learning the hardest piece. The community should be grateful, and the majority mostly are, that these creators put a spotlight at our community. They really are so important. Mario 64 has an amazing community with so many cool people, and it's just an extremely fun, amazing game to learn how to speedrun. Super worth trying out. And Squeaks, you should be proud of how much you accomplished. Maybe they're less tangible than world records, but it's equally as awesome when you're the best streamer who speedruns, and you are the best speedrunning streamer of this year. And honestly, these are some amazing words from Suiji. The reason why people watch streams is to be entertained. Squeaks is entertaining while he speedruns, which causes people to watch his streams. While other speedrunners are just dead set on breaking records, those runs may be entertaining to other people in the speedrunning community, but to the mass general public, people may find this boring. Since most of those times, those people don't interact with chat, but are just more focused on the run itself. Just because Squeaks isn't actively trying to beat every record, that doesn't disqualify him from being a speedrunner. He is a speedrunner who's trying his best, but he's also a content creator too. And then this is what Virtual had to say. Absolutely a deserved win. Suiji's 5 out of 5 is an incredible achievement in gaming, but it's sad that so many people are downplaying your accomplishments in entertainment. Making speedrunning so accessible and fun to watch, and then grinding a game can be often repetitive and tedious. It's the exact qualification needed for the category to take pride in that. And the last thing at drama is who should have won a Rising Streamer, which potentially got the most traction. So, mainly out of the 4 nominations of the award, there are 3 main people that people were voting for, which was Mr. Arthur, Debo, and Arky. And Mr. Arthur ended up winning the award, and this is what some people had to say about it.
Mr. Arthur!
What? Get the fuck out of here, nigga! Who the fuck is Mr. Arthur? Nigga, what?
The description of the award is that the award goes to the streamer who had at most 1,000 viewers at the start of the year and has the most potential to rise at an unstoppable pace. So this one is a straight definition on who gained the most popularity or who gained the most followers this year, and it works. So people saying that this one is rigged makes no sense, cause this award, the most popular person should win, cause that just means they risen higher than the other nominations. This is what the Streamer Awards had to say about him winning, going from 94 average viewers at the start of 2024 to averaging 12,000 recently. At Mr. Arthur, he's been unstoppable. In a span of a year, he didn't double, didn't triple, didn't 10x, didn't 50x, not even 100x. He 127 times his viewers in a span of a year. He is the definition of what a rising star should be. But some people are saying that it shouldn't count because he got his following from NMP LOL. But with stuff like that, if you're not entertaining on other people's streams, people aren't going to follow you on your own streams. He made an impact on his stream, which is why he gained followers through their collaboration. Another case of this is Extra Emily. Almost 3 years ago, in 2021, she was averaging less than 100 viewers. In 2022, between January and March, she was averaging 150 to 400. In April, she went on Miskev's show, Schooled, and she won it. From March to April, she went from 350 to 800 viewers, and the month after, she broke 1,000. And since then, she was collaborating with Miskev, joined OTK, and cultivated a following, to where she's averaging 10,000 viewers a month. If she wasn't entertaining, people wouldn't watch her, and the whole thing started because of their collaboration. But with everything going on, for some reason, Debo tweeted this. He's 40 and a rising star, I've seen it all. The guy's 28, which is the average age of most top streamers. So, Arthur, with his German humor, told Debo to KYS. Some people were against Arthur, saying that, oh, you can't say that the guy's 17. But other people couldn't care less, saying that if a guy's talking smack about you, you can retaliate. So, fans of Debo, fans of Arky were all angry that their streamer didn't win, and were saying stuff like, oh, who even is Mr. Arthur, he doesn't deserve to win. But the same thing can be said the other way, saying, who are these nobodies beside Mr. Arthur? It's a no-brainer he won. So, fans of Mr. Arthur got annoyed and started bringing up actual just streaming facts on who Mr. Arthur is, saying that he came from the bottom to where he's now ranked 141 as the biggest streamer. What he gets as his average viewers, Debo and Arky get as their peak. But honestly, all these streamers have been putting into work to get to the point of where they are now. And it's amazing progress. Arky has been streaming since last year November and blew up around April to where he's streaming on average to 3,000 people and he's ranked as a 608th streamer. Debo's been streaming since August of 2022 and he blew up in May and he's averaging 1,000 viewers and he's ranked in the 2300s. Arthur has been streaming since 2017 October and he's been streaming to less than 20 viewers for an entire year. From November 2018 to March of 2023, he streamed on average to around 50 people. From April to June of 2024, he reached 100, and he only blew up of this year in July and got to where he is now because of the connections that he made. Arthur dedicated himself for years and never gave up, and now he's 2024's rising streamer. All these streamers are rising stars and have a promising future to be in the top, since they've been only blowing up for the past 4 to 6 months, and they, made it near the top. Give them some time and they'll be at the top. So that's about it. If you like and sub yourself, you might get another video.